Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Zakuba Winters, and today we are here reading the patch notes for patch 7.2 for Final Fantasy XIV. So I do want to do a slightly different take on this, and I want to do a much more speedier version. Just get through all the meat, since a lot of this stuff's been talked about, and really only take a bit of time for anything new or anything that might actually be explained, because, of course there's going to be new main scenarios. Of course there's going to be new raids and dungeons and what. They already talked about this time and time again. So I want to do a much faster reading of this. So hold on to your butts. Let's get going. Though keep in mind that this is just the patch 7.2 preliminary patch notes. So there will be no class adjustments. They won't show any of that until Monday when the game goes down, and there will not be any cosmic exploration or any of the occult crescent stuff, since that's going to be 7.21 and 7.25. So that will be a month away, and then a month away from that. Okay, so let's get going, and let's just get started. We have new main scenario quest, which will be in the back rooms. So that's in the bar in the main story quest. We have the Arcadian, which is in like the back alley area. So we have the eight man raids ready to go. We have the Corn Servant quest. You can find this at Tuliolo. We have new treasure maps. Or new stuff for treasure maps. We have new submarine levels, so you can rank those up. New areas have been added, so new stuff, and probably a minion most likely added. New was it spatial something inclusion? Pretty much it turns off the you can turn off the ambient inclusion to stuff. You can just, it's darker, it's lighter. You can turn that off. Okay. Warning message will now display on the screen when entering the garden of an estate scheduled for auto demolition. The message will be displayed to private estate owners. In the case of a free company, to all members of the free company, which is weird, since going into the house turns off or resets the timer. So I guess it's like, yo, hey, go in the house. Make sure you go in here. Furnishings added to the Final Fantasy 14 furnishing designs have been added. There's actually people who didn't actually win the contest, so they just made some more things, more job stones. Hopefully there's more of them, because I don't think that's all of them. I might be wrong, though. Got more things. We got some bureaus. Something's added for this expansion. Some cool lights. Okay. New orchestra rolls added. New aquarium fish have been added. New flowers. New prizes have been available. New prizes are available for MGP. Following additions have been made to Triple Threat. Okay, so new cards, new opponents. Challenge for the cards. New category, field operations have been added to the challenge log. So this actually is more prep for Occult Crescents, as they're going to have now a third field exploration area. That'll be soon. Following additions made to duty support. So they're adding Simple Temple of Corn and the Underkeep. So new dungeons and one of the old dungeons. All adjustments have been made to Wondrous Tales. Oh yeah, so they're adding all the new. Okay, yeah. So Underkeep and Juno, the Underwalk, or the Underkeep and the First Walk. Okay, so they're just readjusting the labeling of leveling dungeons. So it'll just be leveling dungeons 51 to 59, 61 to 60, 69, 61 to 79. Ouch. Oh my god, that's going to be kind of annoying. Yeah, so it's just the same. They're just relabeling how the leveling things are. Requirement for high level duties has been adjusted. Players must reach current level cap with at least one Disciple of War and Magic. Players must complete all of the main scenario quests of the latest expansion. Okay, yeah, so I guess you can't get one of the main scenario quests before you've actually done it. For the patch 7, 7 series players must complete patch 7.0 main area request, Dawn Trail. Okay, yeah, so to get any of that stuff, you gotta actually finish the stuff. Unreal is changing from Jade Stoa to Hell's Here. And we also have the new mount. I thought the dog was gonna be the big prize, but it could be both. Could be both. A cool like anteater thing. That is pretty cool. Duties have been changed to duty roulette or duty recorder. Yeah, so we can. Juno's added. They removed some things. They added Juno. So new emote of like a stunned emote with little chocobos. Okay. Home scroll and study have been added to the special tab of the emote menu. So these, the being on your little phone and reading a book is now just can be put on a loop. So they have a special emote version of those. So they just never end. The use of the action can now be queued for execution, use of meals, use of medicine, and sprint. So this is how attacks work. So when you use an attack and you use another attack like right at the almost close to when the next attack is ready, it'll queue up that skill. So if you ever been in a battle and like, hey, why did my sprint not go off? Because it couldn't get queued. It was still doing the previous attack. So now it'll help queue it up. So now it'll just flow a lot better. So you won't be missing any pots or any sprints. Okay, the new dungeon Underkeep has been added. It's gonna be appear in the main scenario quest. Item level sync has been adjusted for the following duties. 730 has been added to these. Okay, so that's, I guess, to bump them up a bit. Or no, yeah, so yes, you can't be too strong for him. Never mind. After the beginning of a boss encounter in any of the dungeons introduced prior to patch 7.0, a shortcut warp will take players to the boss area arenas. Good, I do like that. So if you are anywhere not near the boss area and somebody pulls the boss, you can just teleport to it. New trial, the recollection that will be done during the main scenario quest as well. Recollection Extreme. Pick that up in Tuliolo after you've done the main scenario quest. Hell's Cure Unreal has been added. So do that. The drop rate of Wings of Ruin and Rings of Resolve have been increased, and you can also buy them in Solution 9 with 99 totems. You can just buy the mounts outright. New 8-man raid. The ACC Cruiserweight tier has been added. The treasure coffers for all the previous, at least the latest previous normal mode raids have been done. They're just talking about that. The Savage will not be released until April 1st. So Savage will be added, but that's not going to be added till next week. And we have all the items. Also, I will just explain, just for anybody who isn't wrestling in tune, if you're wondering why it's called Babyface Champions, Babyface is the good guys, is normally known as face and heels being the bad guys, but long form of face just being Babyface. So you get the good guy champions, as we are the Warriors of Light. And we get the books. Okay, following duties have been made to the raid finder. All the new raids and extremes. Following duties have been moved to the duty finder. All of the last patches, raids, and extremes. Okay. Players will now receive the power of Echo, an event of all party member wipes for Speed's Burden. Following adjustment has been made for Juno the First Walk. Weaker restriction has been removed for the coffers. Weaker restriction has been removed from the coins from clearing the dungeon. Tattered music sheet found, in addition to treasure coffers that appears in the end of the Alliance raid, will now be found in the final treasure coffer assigned for each party. And also tattered music sheets will be found and treasure coffers for each boss. So probably just one, I would assume. But for the final one, I would assume you just roll for 3, but only have to roll against 8. So that's good. Bonus experience points will received upon completing the following duty roulette alliance raids. Pretty much all of them, except for the latest one. Experience points lowered for all of the Endwalker ones. Because, yeah, apparently those are really easy to spam because they're really fast. So people were actually using those to level up. So they're nerfing that. So yeah, if you do it during Alliance Raid, you'll get more XP. But if you just do... These ones are just going to give you less experience points because it's just a bit OP for leveling. When speaking with the person that sells the Cloud Dark Materia to the list of... Okay, so they're just reorganizing where the Cloud Dark Materia 2 is in the list. Okay, the following adjustments have been made to Futures Unwritten Ultimate. Weekly restriction on totems has been removed. And the idle limit sync is 735. Okay. New tomestones are added. It's all just new tomestones. New tomestones for the new things. Okay, yeah, so, or this expert roulette, the removing Alexandria and Tender Valley, and Straber's Deadwalk, and now we just get Yayawada Field Station and the Underkeep. Okay. The duty roulette level cap dungeons categories has been added to the duty finder containing the following duty. Okay, so they're adding a new... Okay, so they're doing... So it's old experts. So this has actually been a good thing. So this is just... Yeah, so this is expert roulette, but all the old ones. That's been a thing that people have been asking for a while, and that's actually really good. Because, like, oh, you have 4 different dungeons. That's great. Now it's just 2. But now you're having the 3 as its own individual roulette. And these two dungeons will be added to this come the next patch. Or at least next few patches. Okay, they'll give 100 of the uncapped totems, or tomestones, and 15 capped tomestones, along with the dungeon's own tomestones it'll get. Recollection's been added to the duty roulette trials. Juno's been added to the Alliance Raid roulette. The older last tier 8-man raids have been added to the normal mode. Duty roulette, or the duty roulette raids. All the new stuff has been added to the mentor roulette, and all the tombstone adjustments. So it's just older tombstones for newer tombstones. Tombstones for PvP, older tombstones, newer tombstones. Same with hunts. It's the same. It's just you're getting the new type of tombstones instead of the older type of tombstones. It's literally the same. New Stone Sky Sea for all the new things. Bosses have been adjusted for Sunken Temple Quarn since you have the duty roulette now. Series 7 has been added. We are getting the little crab thing, the robo spider thing that for the mount. So you got to get most likely level 25 for that, or rank 25. You do have only a few days left, so hope you have that. If you haven't done Series 6, or no, Series 7, this is Series 8 coming into it. The reward for the last Series 7 can only be claimed until the end of Series 8. Claim rewards. Okay, yeah, just gotta go into the menu and clear them. Okay, Crystalline Conflict Season 13 ends and Season 14 will begin. Okay, so you do have to be on a specific data center to queue up for ranked matches. For Japan, it's Meteor. North America will have to go to Crystal this time. Europe will be Chaos. Oceania will be Materia. The tactical crystal movement speed is no longer increased if it is within a distance from the counterpoint that is less than the opposing team's progress record. Tactical crystal movement speed will still increase as usual if you move it within your team's progress record. Okay. The losing team's clear progress speed is no longer increased to checkpoints. We've added new direct carding, little key bindings, so you can just click on each individual member. For front lines, the following adjustments have been made to battle highs. So when you kill someone, you do not get 10, you now only get 8 points for battle high. If you get an assist, you get 4 points instead of just 2. They brought back Borderland Ruin Secure. This is just going over the game modes. This has been shown time and time again. Okay. New gear has been added. This is the Tombstone gear. So there's that. This is the new crafting gear. So if you plan on doing raids, do that. Dying interface has been adjusted. So they're adding the new so the Cosmic Exploration will be adding new dyes. They're just adding the new dyes. We just won't be able to obtain them until then. So they're adding a bunch of new items. So this is for double dye channels. This is mainly a lot of older relics. This is the Bajda relics, more Bajda relics, and a few outfits. I think some map items, some event items, and some character Mog Station items. The following items can be equipped regardless of gender: black feathered flat hat and red feathered flat hat. So that's more of a tongue twister than I thought. Following additions have been made to the glamour dresser. When crafting an outfit glamour, the location of which the individual gear piece was previously stored is now displayed in the log window. The following marks are now displayed in stored icons. Okay, so you can just more outfit theme stuff. Neo Kingdom gear can now be purchased in exchange of stack of nuts. Oh yeah, so all the uncapped tomes things for Dawn Trail is now going to be obtained with stacks of nuts. So get them from the nut vendor. All the old last patch's gear can now be sold for decent or sold for expert deliveries. There we go. Secondary attributes have been adjusted for the following items: exquisite Zweel crossblades and exquisite resistant brush. The critical and direct hit has been swapped for critical hit and determination. And for the brush, critical hit and direct hit have been swapped. It's an odd choice, and unless it's new gear, which is weird that they would adjust things that haven't been released. So whatever, that's exists. This I do like. So whenever you have a piece of monk gear that overrides your gloves for any monk gloves that are just essentially gloves that override your gloves, it will show a little like warning thing that they'll overwrite your gloves. New mining botanist nodes have been added. New items have been new gathering areas. Location of certain gathering points have been changed in Yaktel. This is most likely for the Beast Tribe quest. So their little base will most likely be wherever those nodes used to be. The effect now displays when effector standard and collector's high standard status is active. Okay, new fishing holes. Falling fish can be caught with a golden stonefly, nymph bait, mudfish, yaktail catfish. Okay. You can now just click a button and just put all normal quality items or all high quality items that you have available to a craft. So you can just click that button, just bam, just everything high quality item, which is nice because it is kind of annoying to have to individually put every single item. Over requirement from master crafting recipes has been removed. Okay. The level cap for desynthesis has been increased to 720 to 740. New mounts have been added. There's the extreme mount. Mounts can be summoned while moving. New chocobo barding has been added. New minions have been added. New faceware has been added. Graphical adjustments have been made to player character models based on feedback of the community. Okay. Shadow quality has been adjusted. Multiple light sources are now factored when casting shadows and leading improved shadow quality for characters and mounts. Okay, that's nice. It's just increased stuff. The following adjustments have been made to certain NPCs: model quality, texture resolutions, material qualities and faces have been improved, texture quality, so they're just making them look better. Graphical quality increased to gear. This is mainly a lot of old gear, like a Realm Reborn. I'm seeing a lot of a Realm Reborn relics, the artifact sets, and I see some Heaven's Ward stuff, and character Mog Station stuff. I know the Lord Commander ones definitely are really bad and really blocky. Okay, so more vegetation in certain areas. This is Heaven's Ward to Endwalker. So before, after, okay. SFX cities, fields, instance areas, and the diadem duties, instant duties, raids, Eureka, and Bajka. Okay. So before, after, before, after. So more things. Before, more vegetation, less vegetation. Got it. Okay. Number of objects have been increased. Polygon counts increased. Okay. Though no changes have been made to Kurthus Western Highland, Raktika Greatwood, The Tempest, or Ultima Thule. Those places are kind of nice. So they probably don't really need any new things. And pretty sure Raktika's got enough vegetation in there. Or there's probably too much already. The number of shadows cast in rooms have been in the following areas have been increased: Twin Matters Barracks, all the Maelstrom Barracks, the Battle Hall, Yulmore, the Canopy, the certain instance events. Okay. The general action sprint now grants jog status once the effect expires. Jog affords a more modest speed increase, but has an unlimited duration. The effect can be manually deactivated and expires when M&E is generated. So pretty much in town, once you start sprint, you'll get the big sprint boost. Once that wears off, you get like a 25% instead of a 50% speed boost. The following additions adjustments have been made to the actions and traits window. Display option to list actions by function has been added to the Disciples of Hand and Land. Displayed can be toggled using the buttons. Okay, so I guess this is like which ones can give quality and which ones can give like crafting points, I would assume. Okay. New actions corresponding to targets marked with different signs have been added to the general tab. So attack target, square target. Okay, that's cool. So if anybody's marked with the square, you can just target square. Okay, that's cool. The duty categories has been added. Categories include the following: duty action 1, duty action 2. Okay. Or to prevent server congestion, we've added, okay, so new instances for solution 9, heritage found, and the newly added the areas newly added patch 7.2. So this is either going to be like a main scenario quest area, like maybe before the recollection fight, or this could be like preemptive for cosmic exploration or the occult crescent, I would assume, because I can definitely see those having multiple instances. The following additions have been adjusted, made to the achievements. So all the tank achievements, all the new things, if you do those as tanks, you get credit for the tank achievements. Retainers will now easily show how much gil they have in the options menu of the retainers, and new items can be attained from quick exploration ventures. With the exception of gear, trade items are now displayed in the log window. The following online statuses will now display class and job icons with nameplates as selected. Okay, so just pretty much anything that's just not the standard one. Because I think if you had the class icon and had any of these, like looking for a party, I think it override the class icon. New portraits have been added. New framer kits have been added. So this is, I'm actually kind of surprised that they added this now and not when they did future rewritten, because that's how you get this. The PvP wait, let me leave this. The PvP category filter, accessible via the edit portrait, has been split into PvP series and PvP seasons. Oh, okay. So since all the, yeah, so if you've been catching up with the seasons, yeah, this would make this this would make this list pretty long if you're getting the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, season 1, season 2, season 3. Yeah, I can see them having a separate thing for that. The depth of field effect has been added for, or adjusted for, group pose. So you can put some blur in the background, so that's cool. Put some more focus on one person. New stickers, all sorts of different adjustments to group pose. The patch logo for the latest patch you can add. The following adjustments have been made to the blacklist. Okay, I do want to read this. In accordance to the measures introduced in patch 7.2 to help prevent identification of account IDs that not displayed in game, relevant save client data has been reset. We apologize for the inconvenience caused and ask for your understanding. We introduce these measures. Although information registered on the blacklist has been preserved, characters blacklisted prior to 7.2 will be displayed as player name could not be received, and any saved comments will be deleted. As a result, players will no longer be able to distinguish between characters blacklisted prior to 7.2. So blacklisted characters' names played once more, please consider removing the relevant character from the blacklist and re-registering it. We apologize for the inconvenience. All information registered on the mute list has been deleted. Players will be unable to blacklist characters who are registered as contacts prior to 7.2 via their contacts list. Okay. Following text command have been added. This is to all the emotes. So the infinite tombstone, the infinite book reading, looping emotes, and the dazed emote. This one's silly. The following adjustments have been made to data center travel. Data center destination worlds will now be listed in a random order because apparently everybody was just going to the top choice instead of just picking picking just a different server. So to alleviate congestion on the top choice, so Behemoth for Primal probably got slammed a bunch, though I play on Behemoth, I didn't notice anything. So to alleviate congestion of the top choice of the alphabetical listed order, they're not just going to be random every time you choose. So just make sure you know where you're going and read the list before you go to somewhere. Additions have been made to the auto translate dictionary, as well as the console version. New trophies have been added for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. New music, sound effects, and voice has been added. The now loading text displayed when logging in has been removed. The following additional adjustments have been made to the launcher. You can now add extra characters to the launcher window. A portion of the design has been altered. The name of the Lodestone tab in the menu at the top of the launcher has now been changed to Community. And that's it. Okay. That still took a while. Okay. I thought I was going to do this much faster, but I guess not. So that was the patch notes. They've been read to you. Hopefully you know all the information. Hopefully you remember all the information. But of course, there was no class information or class adjustments. That will be in the full patch notes, which will most likely be on Monday when they take the game down for maintenance and whatnot. So I hope you all like this video. I've been Sakuba Winters. If you did like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. You know, if you're gonna comment, like, what kind of stuff are you looking forward to? Any piece of content you really like? Was there any extra like out of pocket feature in the patch notes? Did you like? You're like, oh, good. Finally, did they add that? What would you like? Tell me in the comment section. But until then, I hope I see y'all again. I've been Scuba Winter. I'll see you all next time. Bye.